with Notre Dame -10 against number 22 ranked Pittsburgh. I took -132 over on Profit X. A little bit juicy, but I do want to get that -10. Like that key number is I do think that Pittsburgh they are a game. I do respect what they bring here. Notre Dame does come into this week reeling off 7 straight wins. They've covered 10 points in all 7 of those games, and they did push against number 17 USC at home. On the road during this stretch, Notre Dame has won by 15 at Boston College and 43 at Arkansas. With Georgia Tech and Miami, Florida on deck for Pittsburgh. We are in conference, which are conference games. Their head coach, Pat Narduzzi, did come out and state that Notre Dame can put up 100 as long as we win the next 2 weeks. So that gives me pretty good hope that if you guys do want to take this up to, I current the line. I think the current line right now is -12, -12 and a half. I would just take that. Maybe even sprinkle the -14 for a little plus money. No, this game does matter way more to Notre Dame than it does to Pittsburgh. Notre Dame's been hitting their stride. They're really looking healthy, and I think they're determined here to get back to the college football playoffs. And I do think we would be foolish to think that they will not put the ball in the end zone whenever they have an opportunity. I don't think Pittsburgh's going to be any pushover. But I do just think, like I said, this game matters way more to Notre Dame than it does Pittsburgh. Notre Dame has a big advantage converting third downs on offense at a 47% rate compared to 37% to Pittsburgh. Notre Dame has also scored almost double the number of touchdowns this year on the season, 30-18, which I think matters here. And they've played a much tougher schedule. Notre Dame's 26th ranked rushing attack should be tested here against Pittsburgh. They do rank number 3 in the country, allowing only 80 per game, which surprised me. But I do think Notre Dame's got the offensive capabilities to push the ball down the field and score when necessary. So just give me the points with Notre Dame here, up to -14 if you guys want to take this thing. But I'm giving it out at -10.
There you go. I like, yeah, the 10 ain't bad. Yeah, that's a tough one there.
It is tough.
Narduzzi's known for having really good defense.
Hmm.
Pitt ranks second in the country in defensive rushing success rate. But yeah, the quote. I guess that's probably your reason for the play, and I can't fault you on
Correct.
the
Yeah.
quote from Narduzzi of acting like he just doesn't care about the game. It's
Well,
just
it's not that I guess
weird,
I do think they're gonna show up. I think that's just a
so
ploy
weird.
to kinda
Like
get Notre Dame to maybe think that they're not gonna care. But what I
it's
really
like
did like is Pittsburgh does rank 96 in the country in passing yards
yeah,
allowed. They
they,
allow
they
237, and like I said in my article that ironically the Irish rank 26th in passing yards per game, and they
mhm,
rank 26th in the country in rushing yards per game.
yes,
So if they can't get the rushing going, I'm fairly certain
right.
they're going to be able to get the passing going. I like CJ Carr to at least keep the chains moving, and I think that's what's going to matter here the most. That's why I really want the key number of 10. I don't think it's going to be a blowout necessarily, but I do think later on in the game, I just think this two-headed rushing attack and CJ Carr is going to be able to move the ball down the field. I think they'll be eventually over 4 quarters, they'll be able to separate at least I think they'll at least win by 11 to 14, but we'll see.
Yeah, yeah. One of our sharp guys that works for us, he was all about some Notre Dame props this week. One with C.J. Carr over passing yards and Jordan
Okay.
Faison over receiving yards. So he's
Okay.
saying a big day for the Notre Dame passing game. So that makes me
Yeah.
like to play a little more there. But yeah, tough one. I don't typically want to lay that many on the road, but that's just me. It doesn't mean it's not a winner. That's just my personal
No, I
preference.
think it's just a big spot. Notre Dame's got to continue to make statements just in case something happens down the stretch. And there's a lot of these teams vying to get into the college football playoffs, and they're not in a conference championship. So,
Yeah, exactly.
style points matter.
Oh yeah.
Maybe, like you said, it may be hard to get against a Narduzzi coach squad here, but I don't know. They've got 2 really big games. Georgia Tech's coming up big next week.
Yeah,
This is
exactly.
Pittsburgh's
They
got a
want to stay
gauntlet,
healthy.
boy.
Yeah, they want to stay healthy. If they fall behind by double digits, you could see them resting some guys because, like you said, their only path is to win the conference. And so that's one of the weird things with Notre Dame never joining a conference. Which, oh dear Lord, don't get me started on that. I just think it's arrogant as hell. But it's one of those things where it just creates these weird late
Correct.
season matchups where they're
Yep.
an independent. Only them and UConn are independent. And so it's just strange. But yeah, I
Who does
don't
it
know.
matter to the most is, yeah, the
Yeah.
laying the points on the road.
Yep.
It's not a, that's not a habit that we wanna coach into people here, but, I just think this is a fantastic spot, so